that didn't hurt your ears. Good morning, everybody. It's the pollinator. And it has been a while. I know it's been a while. This is going to be just kind of a free-for-all today. I've been spending a lot of time writing over on Medium, but I'm quickly getting in trouble with all of the snowflakes over there. Trolls. God, they you know what? They're everywhere. Throwing a fit because black people are getting louder. We're getting more vocal. We're writing about our experiences. We're talking about our experiences. And it seems like all of those platforms are run by white, fragile people. You know, white fragility, to me, that ranks right up there with stupidity. I have pet peeves, and stupidity is one of them. But being a white supremacist, fragile, what's that other word? Privileged. All of that stuff is like a thorn in our side, and they know it. And they know that society makes space for their obnoxious feelings while they're not protecting us from them. So, you know, the same people that are running around causing all the problems in society today it's almost like the employees of the platform are like the police, and they enable these these asshole of people to keep running around and gaslighting people and just doing a variety of things to just totally try to downplay our world and what we experience in this country that is real. And then I've got this added thing going, the addition of being transgender on top of being black. I don't know if the way somebody is towards me is because I'm black or because I'm transgender or because I'm both. And then you got the added thing about being Bob Gibson's offspring, which causes a little bit of trouble as well. And so I never know what direction stuff is coming at me. And where's my little oh, I lost my rock, my crystal. I don't know what I did with it. I'm pawing this crystal in my hand while I'm talking, which somehow gives me it calms me down and gives me a little peace. Although I'm creating a new playlist in here that you guys will see maybe before I leave town, maybe not. It's called Fired Up. So I'm taking all of the videos where I was just, reading people the riot act, reading society the riot act, reading whoever the riot act, businesses, whatever, when I was really hyped up talking about particular subjects. So I'm going to have this playlist on my channel that is going to be all of the videos where I was very passionate. See, people mistake my passion a lot of times for being angry. And I'll tell people when I'm enraged, which only has happened a few times. But otherwise, it's just passion. It's not anger. Culturally, black people are angry. And we've got a right to fucking be angry. 400 years of bullshit with you people. 400 years of this stuff. And what people don't realize is that little trope they stuck on us of being angry black man, angry black woman, angry black whatever. It's like unfair because they would be the same way if they had to live under the conditions that we live in this world. Having to gulp down tons of shit, not having anybody that has our back, as we're navigating, especially in cyber world, especially on the internet. There have been so many times when I've run into some group of people or whatever, and just there was nobody in sight to have my back, and everybody has the back of white people. And they don't even realize that, even if they're women complaining about sexism, or I saw an article earlier about, Tim Weiss wrote an article talking about the Holocaust versus vs racism, asking some really powerful questions that having to do with Texas and what happened during the Civil War. You know, the Civil War was about slavery, right? No matter what different people try to water that event down, that war down, that is what it was about. The South wanted to maintain slavery, and the North said, and so they went to war. And there's all sorts of things out there right now that are trying to deny this, trying to hide this from being educated to children. The CRT battle that's going on, they're trying to hide that from children. It's like, why are we trying to dumb down society? Life will dumb your ass down, and life will humble you. There is no need to make people more stupid. There's just, why? I remember a time when it was real important that the United States be number one in technology, number one in progressive, being a progressive people. I remember when all that stuff was important, and it's not important anymore. And they don't care that we don't rank highest in technology, that our children are not getting educated at the rate that children are in other countries. We're not number one anymore. We're number one probably in economy, because there's a lot of rich people here who want to maintain power no matter what. They'll have everybody kill each other just so they can keep making more money. Has anybody heard of this fucking metaverse thing that Mark Zuckerberg wants to implement? You know, that guy's dangerous. He's just fucking dangerous, because he's got too much power. He's got politicians in his hip pocket. I think he's paying people off to leave him alone, to look the other way, to let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do, because he's a rich white man. Oh, Dave Chappelle. Okay, I'm not even going to talk about that, because a lot of people disagree with me in that while I know he's rather ignorant of the transgender world, I think the fight that he's having are with white transgender women and racism. They're trying to be racist towards him and put that brother in his place, in a place they want him to be. They want him to step it and fetch it, because they're white. Doesn't matter that they're transgender. They're white women. And they're real mad that he's saying, fuck you, and you're not going to cancel me. And that's all I see. Yeah, I see the transphobic shit that he says, but that is no different than what we're dealing with in society as a whole. And I heard it's really gotten bad over in the UK and, well, somewhere in Europe, where they've got organizations out there that are just campaigning to make transgender women seem like men, pedophiles, people who want to hurt your children. I mean, it's just a bunch of lies and propaganda. And why are these people allowed to get away with that? Because of the silent folks that won't fucking say anything. If they disagree with these clowns, they won't say anything. See, white people have a code and they will stay on code no matter how fucked up they are, no matter how messed up the GOP, GQP, whatever the hell you want to call them people, no matter how screwed up the left is in their silent way that they're being racist. Uh-oh. Noisy out there. Because as far as I'm concerned, politics sucks. All of it. It's racist all the way around, and the right is no worse than the left. The left is just doing it silently, and the GOP, GQP is doing it loudly. But they're still all participating in systemic racism. Then transphobia on top of that. So, this country is a fucking mess. And I don't know how I'm going to do it because I'm getting ready to have my top surgery next week. And it's taking everything I have left in my, and it's not even savings. It was my business account, and I folded my business to get surgery. I can't wait anymore. I can't wait for the VA to get their shit together. Biden signed an executive order to put GCS back on the table for transgender. It's not even back on the table. It's on the table for the first time for transgender veterans. So he signed that executive order, but it's going to take him 2 years to ramp it up. And I'll be 66. I'm not trying to wait anymore. I just turned 64. I also just passed my 6-year maniversary date. So yeah, 6 years on testosterone. So I'm hitting a lot of milestones inside of a month. And then I got to come back and recover from that, and then get busy again with. I think I've written enough on Medium to go ahead and take what I've learned from writing over there and put out a damn book. Now, it's not going to be my whole story. It'll probably just be about my transition, because I decided after my father passed that I was holding back a lot of things that I was thinking and feeling because I was worried about how he would feel. And I didn't know I was doing that until he passed. And, some months went by, and I went back to revisit, how I was going to finish this book, or rewrite the book, actually. And that's when I said, wow, I have been protecting that man all of my life. I don't got to do that anymore. So it's not that the stuff that I'm going to be talking about is scandalous or anything. It's just I was really concerned about how it was going to land for him, and that he was going to be okay regardless of what I published. I wanted to make sure that relationship was strong enough that I could be there for him and he could be there for me, regardless of what happened as a result of me publishing my story. So anyway, I changed my mind about what I was gonna publish, and pretty much I do have a part of the story written, but I need to do a whole lot of work, and I need to write it in a way that makes it marketable, because I don't write as a professional journalist or a professional writer. I just write. And so it's going to take, either money or me polishing my skills enough to be able to do it myself. So anyway, I'm taking everything I have left to get top surgery. And then there was a point to that. Oh, I'm not going to have any money left to... I do have a writing coach who could probably rewrite whatever I write. But, they cost money. And then I also have another thought that I want to leave the United States. I'm tired of this place. The stressors that it takes to live as an elder, to live as a disabled person, to live retired when I didn't have a lot of money when I did it, is just getting to be too much. If I lived in another country south of here, my money will go a lot further than it can here in the United States. And I don't have anybody helping me here anymore. My dad's gone. He was the only somebody that had any kind of money to help me. And I'm not close to his second family at all. So I got to do something. I got to make a move. Get this stress off of me. Be able to retire in somewhat of peace. And wherever I go, it's going to be a challenge because I'm not going to know the culture and I'm not going to know the language, especially if I go south. Say speak Spanish. I don't speak Spanish. I speak French. Well, I don't even speak French anymore. I know how to read it and I know how to write it, but I can't speak it. So I will have to learn another language and leave everything I know. And it's breaking my fucking heart. Just the thought of leaving a country that I was patriotic enough to serve in the military for. I love this country. This country ain't loving us back. It ain't loving me back, that's for sure. And I'm tired of the rat race, and so I'm highly considering leaving. I do have to make some visits down there, which is going to put a strain on my finances. I don't even have any. I don't even know how I'm going to make that work. I got to create a miracle. I got to create another miracle to even do that. But if it's something that I'm supposed to do, God will provide. I just have to have that kind of faith and just put it out there that this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. Pretty much like affirmations. And somehow something slips in there and makes something happen. Just like how I ended up going home. Going to St. Louis for my dad's, for the St. Louis Cardinals, honoring him. The way that happened was just absolutely incredible. It was another one of God's miracles that that I had to stay steadfast that it was going to happen, and then all of these things fell in line to make it happen. So I pretty much have to do the same thing if I'm going to leave this country. Stevie Wonder left. I don't know if he's gone yet, but he's moving to Ghana. He said, fuck this place. But he got to visit there a lot before he decided to up and move. And I know other people that are considering going to various places around the world to just get away from this particular brand of racism. Racism is a global issue, but it's uglier here than it is anywhere else because we had the brunt of it because of slavery. So we are more oppressed, suppressed, unsupported, unloved in a country that we love, that we built. We built this economy. You look at the things we're getting for it. They start talking about reparations, and it's like, fuck you, black people. They gave reparations to the Native Americans. They gave reparations to Asians. They gave reparations to, did they give it to Hispanics? I think they did at one point. But they've given reparations to every single race that they've dogged out in this country except for us. That's messed up, y'all. That is so wrong. And these people can sleep like babies at night. All white people, because nobody's seeing to it that it happens. We're the only ones barking and asking for it, but nobody else sees the necessity of it. They don't see the positive aspects of what it would do for this economy. They don't see anything but their own white privilege. That's what they see. And they think that it's going to cost them or take something away from them, and so they're just clutching and holding on real tight to make sure that doesn't happen. It's bullshit, but how are you going to tell people who don't think rationally, how are you going to tell them rational things? It's like goes in one ear, out the other, like so many other things in life. By the way, I'm up at this time right now because I just finished giving another talk to Emory Healthcare System. There's some students over there that the coordinators wanted to hear from me, and so that's why I'm all, I got a shirt and a tie and kind of all dressed up. I just got finished giving a talk to them, and I don't even know what I say during these talks because they like the free flowing me versus somebody who's got a particular topic. They just want to hear my story, and so I have to condense 64 years of life into 50 minutes and leave 10 minutes for questions. And they had a lot of questions, but there was a lot of people in there. It was virtual, but I get a kick out of educating the country about what it's like to be a black trans man. And what I say is I'm a black man who happens to be transgender. My life does not evolve around being trans. It evolves around being a black man. That's what people see. But again, when dealing with me, if they know that I'm trans, I never know what they're looking at. I just never know. But it's real freaking important that those of us that have enough courage to speak on this topic do so. That's how we're going to get visibility, black trans men, is by, finding somebody that believes in you and they start putting you out there. And the only reason why that's happening is because I got to work with that doctor for 2.5 years. I got to work with her, and she's putting me on this circuit. And then going to try to figure out a way I can get paid to do it too, which is pretty cool. But it's real important that we start putting ourselves out there, putting our stories out there, because then they could see our humanity instead of being afraid. Just like being black. Once there's some people that they have a problem with us until they meet one of us and actually have conversations. It's a way to change people's hearts without putting yourself at risk, is to do public speaking. So anyway, that's all I got for now. I'm not going to talk my typical 45 minutes because I don't have a direction that I'm talking. I'm just talking about everything. What else do I want to say? I am so excited to finally be getting this surgery. I've been needing it since the beginning of 2017. The beginning. Like, really. I never thought that I would feel dysphoria this bad, but I do. I feel it. I get mauled every time anytime I fly anywhere. I tell people I'm getting molested by TSA agents, but they don't know I'm a trans man, and I'm not at liberty. I don't feel like telling them that I am. So when they get to touching all over here, trying to feel what this binder is under my shirt, I feel violated, but I don't cringe and I don't squirm. I just want them to hurry up and get it over with, so that I can get on my flight. I got to do it. I have to do it one more time. One more time on my way out of here. I'm going to another state to do it, and then I'll be back here in a week. I have to stay out there for a week to recover and have them take the bandages off, and I'll be heading back here to recuperate, to heal. I just stopped smoking. Oh my God, is that hard? I get to, I neglected to get something to have something in my hand and have something in my mouth so I don't start reaching for stuff. And I've gotten over the majority of the withdrawals from the dopamine that isn't going to my brain anymore. And actually, it's affecting my body in interesting ways. I didn't know that was going to happen. Maybe I'm starting to feel better in my body, but the way it's affecting it, it has nothing to do with my problem in my feet. The reason why I'm disabled. My mood is no better because now I get agitated and don't know what to do with the agitation. So anyway, you guys have a great rest of your week. It's is hump day, and the pollinator is out. I'll talk with you soon.